Hey guys, Captain Foley with you. How you doing today?
Hello.
I'd like to introduce Samuel. He's back
Hello
again.
again.
This is kind of a special edition episode. We're going to do a little bit of a prequel for our Trekyards
Yeah,
show. We're going to go through each of my intros for my channel
the
one by
fun
one,
stuff.
and we're gonna look at them and discuss them, and kind of give you guys a sneak peek of some of the CGI you might come to expect from Trekyards. So. All right, so the first one we got was the one I got for my birthday, out of the blue, which is it's the Magellan shuttlecraft flying
Yep,
through my name,
yep.
and then the Enterprise cruising on by.
Be more specific. There's a few enterprises in this. This is a 1701
Well, of course it is.
Foley.
It's the TOS one. It's the first one.
Be more specific. There's four enterprises in the whole set of them.
Sorry. Anyway, so it's cruising by. Sorry, the original Constitution class is cruising
Yep,
by a blue nebula, and
yep,
then it goes to warp, and it
yep.
looks beautiful.
Okay. Shall we Overwatch?
Yes, let's have a look at it. So that was the first one. I really loved it because it was the
Yep.
TOS Enterprise, and
It
as
was
we
the
all,
happy birthday intro. Yep.
yeah, yeah. And I love the TOS, so I was really surprised to see that, and I love the music. I love just the flow of it. It was very nice.
Yeah.
So what gave you the idea to do that one like that way?
Well, you mentioned in a video previously that you love TOS, so I thought I'll put something together with the Enterprise, and I thought actually if I put your name in it, then when it sort of reveals the name, you'll be like, Captain Foley, and that'll be a nice moment. So I thought actually, rather than just having, because with these sorts of animations, the camera's really important and how to make it flow naturally. So I thought actually, if we start on the shuttlecraft, which then goes through the name, and then the Enterprise, not only do you get a sense of scale, big to big to big, but also Captain Foley is a nice big part of the scene. So that's sort of what I thought, and I just tried to beautify it up as much as possible, make it as pretty as I could with the nebula and with the sun, and then the warp flash at the end, which was a pain, but that's fine.
No, it was really, and like you said, I was surprised with the Captain Foley because I didn't expect that, and I'm like,
Yeah,
This is I have an intro for my show. This is awesome." No,
opened a whole new door, didn't it? Yeah,
yeah, I really love that one.
yeah,
Um, so now the next one, I asked for a refit one, I think, after that,
yep.
because I was starting my 350 scale. And so we have it's the Enterprise A flying. Is it the A or is it the refit?
Let's watch and find out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just the refit actually. It's just
Yeah, I
17,
think it is. Yeah,
and it's coming up from the planet and it goes through my name. So let's
it's
take a look at that.
a similar feel, but a bit different. So yeah, that one.
Let's take a look at that, and we'll talk about it in a second. So that one I really liked. It was cool the way that it kind of, the camera moved around. I know the ship was moving forward through my name,
Yeah,
and then the camera kind of did a rotate. That was really cool.
I sort of messed with your Z angle, didn't I? Because you got the planet, and then you got the name, and then you got the ship, and it just that was a difficult one actually. Although I sort of went for a more upbeat sort of fun feel to that one. But it was difficult because A, I had to scale and fit the Enterprise A in the name, and then when it comes past camera, ships don't tend to turn like that. So if you watch it carefully, and if you watch the original few versions of when I had to get just right, it looks very unnatural. So I had to get the right angle and the right curvature, and that. But I got it right, and it looked good, I thought. And the nice the planet with half of it in shadow, I like that. So I quite like that one. And
Yeah,
the
and the
A,
end,
the refit's always beautiful, so that helps with making the scene.
yeah, and the end where it cruises like underneath the camera.
Yeah.
I just love the ending of that. And wow, the warp engines. I love the color you got on your warp engines, by the way.
Yeah, I was quite careful with some of the colours in that because the original model I have, the deflector is a very, very light blue, and the internal bit of the deflector is also a whitey blue, but actually the whole thing is a much darker, much darker blue. So I had to start basing on photos from the movies and try and colour match it, and that was difficult. But it worked. But little
It was,
detail that you sort of need, or
yeah.
yeah.
So the next one, well, This one was a special request for me. I wanted to see the 1701 in dry dock.
And boy, did I give you a 1701 in dry dock.
Yeah, and you told me there was going to be lots of little Easter eggs and bonus stuff going on. So let's take a quick look at that before we discuss it. So there's that one. That's one of my favorites, I gotta say.
Yeah.
You got the other Constitution class in the background.
Oh,
You got a scout. You got work bees. You got a shuttle, space
it's very
station.
busy.
It is, and it looks amazing. That's how I picture Earth orbit to be. You know what I mean? Busy and things going on.
Yeah. No, it's good. I
and
think that was a difficult one, obviously, because there's so much going on, and when you start adding that much in the scene, it becomes render time heavy. But I wanted to get a real sense of space being busy. And I know you like the Scout, so I put that in and wonder if you'd notice it, and I even put a regular one stationed right at the back to try and have a bit more detail, and all the little work bees, just because it shouldn't just be the casual motion, it should be a fully working environment. So that was fun, and it's definitely one of my favourites as well. So yeah.
It's one of my favorites, but every time I use it and my daughter watches my video, she's like, "Dad, that one's overly dramatic."
Really?
I think because of the music, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of deep music. So, okay, so the next one on the list is my the TOS and the refit flyby. This one I really enjoy. So let's take a quick look at that. All right, so that's one of my favorites. The music's really good in that one, and I originally this one I kind of storyboarded out for you, with just the Constitution and then the refit kind of flying about just straight by the camera.
Yep.
And you, of course, embellished it and did your awesome magic on it.
Yep.
And the angles you have where the ships kind of do that, it's just awesome. I don't even know where you come up with your ideas.
Inspiration, and I'm a filmmaker by trade, so it sort of helps. But that was a fun one because it's the whole thing's one big reveal. Nice little shot, 2 ships. Wait, there's Saturn. Wait, there's your name. It's all one big reveal, and each step it just feels bigger and bigger, and you get a lot of really nice details on the 2 ships. And I don't think you've ever seen those 2 ships together in canon, so that's quite an unusual. Yeah, I like it, and I made it originally without Saturn, but I thought, throw a massive Saturn in, and it looks great. So,
Yes, it does. And the next one, this was a special request by me also. I have a lot of those. This one I storyboarded at the same time as the last one, and this was a TOS fleet flyby, and we'll just take a quick look at that before we talk about it. So that, with the music and the way that the ships came in, it was kind of like it was returning from commercial.
yeah,
That could
actually,
be in an episode.
I thought that. Yeah.
And I requested the Dreadnought. I love the Dreadnought, and I'm glad you found an original series Dreadnought. And you added to.
Well, let's just say, hold on. Your original pitch was these 3 ships fly past camera sort of like that. Everything else was me, so
Yeah.
I just had to add more stuff.
It was cool to see the Klingons like leaving the station,
Yeah.
kind of like they're shore leave or treaty talks or something cool, and then to have the shuttle kind of zipping in at the end was really neat.
So the sort of the technical stuff of this one took a long time to render because there's so much happening. It's slightly further away, but it's still a lot of stuff. To get the 3 ships to fly by, and because if you watch it, or you did watch it, but the Scout is so close to camera, which gives it a really nice dramatic feel. But to get that all to line up right, and for each ship to be individual, and that took a little while just to fine tune. And then when they go to station again, I mean K7 I think it's rotating a little bit, and the Klingons moving a little bit. And then I got to the point where at the end, after I did K7, I thought actually there's about 4 seconds of dullness. I mean it's really interesting, but it's dull. So I thought let's just fly a shuttle. And that was another hour's work actually, because I had.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because you've got to scale it right. So it's a very, very, very small piece of the scene, and you've got to get it next to camera, and because I kept changing little bits of it, it would always move. Complicated. Basically, I had to wait until the last second, kept redoing it, that bit, and finally got it right. And to make a little ship, when you got big ships flying, look the right speed was also difficult. But I think it turned out well. I think that's definitely one of my top 3 because it just feels so cool.
Yeah, I agree with the top 3 thing.
Yeah.
And there's 3 ships. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So the next one was my refit in dry dock, which I wanted because I'm doing my 350 build. So I thought, why not have the ship in dry dock for the intro for my build, which would be really cool. So let's take a quick look at that one, shall we? All right, so that one was pretty cool. It was pretty much exactly from the movie, but with an Easter egg. I don't know if anybody noticed it at the beginning.
Yep.
As per Samuel's
habit.
Yes. We got a Miranda class in the background, kind of cruising around, which is really nice.
I guess I'm foreshadowing Star Trek 2, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
No, this was a fun one because I put in my remastered original motion picture. There you go, I lost the name. I put in that disc and I just watched the scene a few times. I tried to get it pitch perfect. I even put the regular 1 station on the right rotation at the back, and I sort of constructed the scene, and I think it works pretty well. And then although it's the great thing about the original movie is that they have so many cuts, so it makes it feel grand. Whereas this is just one long shot, so I had to keep the pace right, if that makes sense, to make sure it's not as boring because it's just one long shot. But I think it worked well. Miranda's a cool Easter egg.
Yeah.
Pretty simple, this one.
Yeah. Next is kind of a surprise one that I got. The 1701 going up against, or the original Constitution class going up against some Klingons. Yeah. A few, maybe. Let's just take a look. Yeah. So that one is very dramatic. That's kind of a right before a commercial cut. You know, the ship coming in. It's good though. I know there's like 10 Klingon ships probably, roughly. But Captain Foley's got their back because, you know, Captain Foley's behind the ship, so we're good.
Yeah, this one I made. I think we were just chatting, and I was like, actually, I have the best idea, and I sort of put it together. And this is one that I thought you might be a bit annoyed with, because obviously you love the Constitution, and it flying into 10 Klingon D7s, probably not going to win. But then I realised I'm sort of making these canonical, which means we knew it survives, which means somehow Kirk saves the day. So it's fine. It looks cool, so it's fine.
Exactly. Of course he would.
Yeah. Even against 10, but yeah, that was a fun one to make, and I like the action. Didn't really do that one until that one, and I was like,
yeah, and it's very dramatic too. Like I love the music, like you said.
It helps to have the repository of Star Trek music that I can just sort of dip into and work. But you always, with these sorts of intros, you know when you hear the music, that is the piece of music, and this was I'll go for it sort of music. Yeah.
Yeah. Next on the list would be the second refit in dry dock video. Let's take a quick look at that one, shall we? So that's another cool shot of the refit, and it's a different angle for
number 2.
Yeah, so I can kind of mix it up for my build. But it was neat to see the Dreadnought in the background there, the original series one, because like I just said, I just did a Star Trek: The Motion Picture movie review for the director's cut.
Yeah.
And I said it would have been cool to see older tech. They did add one original series shuttle in the one scene.
That's cool.
For the director's cut, but it's only been a few years.
Yeah.
You'd think there'd still be older ships around. So it was really cool to see that you put that original series Dreadnought in the background. So I really liked that one a lot.
A bit of an obvious Easter egg, but I thought it would be interesting. But no, it looked simple, and it should have been simple. But this one was a bit different. It feels different to the first dry dock, partially because I scaled everything up to the edge of the map, so everything feels bigger and more epic. And and then because I've got the entire dry dock in the scene the whole time, the render time was a lot higher. So this one was a lot of hours, and also to get the lighting right, I had to set up a new rig with all the different spotlights, and just to get that all perfect, which was a bit fidgety. And then the dreadnought at the end there. But yeah, that was a fun one. Bit simple, I guess that's simple, but it was fun. Yeah.
Well, see, that's the one thing I want to mention too before we move on is just you don't realize how long it takes to do this process. You see a 15-20 second clip, you're like, that's awesome. That must take like no time to make, but it takes hours.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the idea straight away, and if you have all the assets, I mean, it can take between 3, 4, 5 hours to build, and then 6, 7, 8, 9 hours to render. And that one in particular, I got the lighting wrong for the last 7 seconds, which is the equivalent of like 300 frames, which is a long time to render. So it was heartbreaking, but it's fine. It's done. Fine.
Okay, well, we'll move on to the next one then.
Yep.
And this was Enterprise E, because I didn't have any next generation or newer ships, and I was going to be doing my Star Trek Insurrection review. And I thought, well, I need a newer intro, so I asked for E, and this is what I got. So that one has a good sense of scale for me. I like that, the flyby, and it's, I don't know, just tell me what, this came all out of your head, this one, so just talk about this one.
Yeah, you just said, make something Enterprise E, and I originally had a little titsy idea, but then no, I thought, let's make something big, grand, and different, because obviously I've got to keep thinking of original ideas. So I wanted to, make the Enterprise E feel big, because all the other TOS ones, they're a lot smaller, and this one is this is the big daddy in terms of length and whatnot. So I did that, and then I thought, put the planet in, get the lighting right, and have that amazing sun effect at the end. That really nice sort of off into the sunset, or I guess the sun sort of effect. And then I thought, well, actually the intro is a little bit dull. Let's add some more spaceships. So I found a Jupiter station model that's from Voyager with Lewis Zimmerman, that station. I think it was only ever seen twice, but it's a great design. So I put it in. And then I added 2 other little ships, because again, there's going to be Starfleet ships everywhere. So I put in a Equinox, so a Nova class, and an Acura, however you pronounce that, just in the background flying around to, again, give a sense of space and life. And I think it works quite well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like I said, I really enjoyed it. I didn't know it was Jupiter Station until you told me later.
Yeah.
But also, I want to point out to it, like you've already said to me earlier, at the ending, it's very cinematic. It feels very big. That was really nice.
Yeah, and that one took a long time. Having those sun rays really eats up the computer power, but it's fine. We're done again. It's fine.
And the next one is the intro that we actually started this video with, because it's the newest one.
Yep.
It is Enterprise D. Yep. And let's take a quick look at it again, even though you've already seen it at the beginning of this video, but let's check it out. So that's the newest one. I've just seen it now twice, and it's also got a big scale. It's a lot of hull detail, and that's another one that just came out of your head. And I love the angle, the approach.
Yes.
Name.
A bit different.
Yeah.
How many times can you show Captain Foley and make it interesting? Well, I'll keep finding ways. Now this is a fun one. I quite like the D, and to again get its scale was a big thing, but also I thought just get it nice and close to a planet, get it a different sort of angle, use the rotation, because in space you can just rotate, like they said in Star Trek 2, Khan only thinks 2D, well space is very flexible, so that was fun. And then regular station again at the end of the clip, with, you probably can't tell, but it's an ambassador class at the end, and I thought that'd be a little homage to the fact that the direct predecessor. I thought that made sense, so
cool
little thing.
That's it for now, guys. Those are all the. I think there's other ones in the works. I'm not sure. Yeah. So, anyway, stay tuned. But that's it for now. So what we're going to do at the end of this video is we're just going to play them all in order again, just so you can check them out, and take it to what we said to heart, and kind of look for things. Yeah. So this has been a great episode, and yeah, let's just get on with it and show you all the intros again. And thank you for tuning in, guys.
And thanks for having me on.
Yeah, Samuel, thank you for being here and telling us about it. It was great. All right, bye, guys.
Yeah.